There's a person in your life right now who has more money than you. Not because they work harder or got lucky. They think differently about money. And this difference wasn't learned in business school. It was wired into their brain years ago before they even understood what money was. Most people think wealth is about income. But that's backwards. Doctors making $500,000 die broke. People making $60,000 retire as millionaires. The difference isn't how much comes in. It's what happens to it once it does. In 2012, researcher Kristen Leyes at California State University studied how people from different backgrounds made spending decisions. People who grew up poor and people who grew up rich had fundamentally different relationships with money. When someone who grew up poor suddenly gets money, something happens. It's like a scarcity alarm that never shuts off. Even with enough, their nervous system stays in survival mode. Money feels like it could disappear, so they spend it. Not irresponsibly, but because deep down they don't believe they'll have it tomorrow. Rich people don't think money will disappear because they never learned it could. Growing up where money is reliably there teaches your brain something crucial. Money is stable. It compounds. Because your nervous system never learned to fear its absence, you don't panic and spend it immediately. Senthil Mullainathan at Harvard discovered something that changes everything. Scarcity doesn't just make you spend money, it makes you think differently. When your brain believes resources might run out, it stops planning. It narrows to the immediate need. 90% of lottery winners return to their previous financial state within 5 years. Their scarcity-wired brain suddenly has abundance and it panics. It doesn't know how to manage what it's never had, so it spends fast, urgent, like the money might vanish. Something else separates people who stay rich from those who become rich and lose it. It's identity. Researchers at the University of Toronto found financial choices are tied to how you see yourself. Rich people see themselves as responsible with money. This identity shapes every decision. When a rich person wants something, their brain calculates differently. Can I afford this forever, not just now? Their brain thinks in perpetuity. A poor person's brain compresses the calculation into the present. Can I afford this right now? The future doesn't factor in because it learned long ago the future is unpredictable. This creates a feedback loop. A rich person spends cautiously, so they accumulate more. Their brain gets evidence that restraint works, so they think longer term. They invest, they compound. Money makes more money. A poor person spends what they have because their brain learned having is temporary. They accumulate less. Their brain gets evidence that restraint doesn't work. So they spend more. The loop reinforces itself downward. You can be born rich and poor at the same time. You can grow up wealthy but develop scarcity mindset because your parents fought about money. Or grow up poor but develop abundance mindset because your parents talked about building towards something. The wiring isn't determined by your bank account. It's determined by what you observed about money when young. This is why financial advice fails. An advisor says, save, invest, delay gratification. But if your nervous system is wired for scarcity, your brain rejects it immediately. It doesn't trust the future will arrive because it learned in childhood that plans fail when you're poor. The wealthy don't have more discipline. They have a different threat assessment. Their brain isn't fighting them when they save. It's on their side. The behavior that builds wealth feels natural because their nervous system was trained to see it as normal. Surrounding yourself with people who think differently about money begins to rewire your nervous system. Your brain learns through proximity, by watching. The most powerful thing you can do isn't read another finance book. It's befriend someone good with money. The wealthy aren't smarter, morally superior, or luckier. They're running a different script written into their brain before they could think. And once written, it becomes invisible. They don't even know they have it. They can't understand why everyone doesn't just save more, invest, think about the future. They're asking a scarcity-wired brain to behave like an abundance-wired brain. And scarcity-wired brains don't work that way. They protect, they hoard, they survive. And in modern capitalism, survival looks a lot like staying poor.